sir. Sir, artist Nasser النوبى, founder of Gemeza band. What are the unique characteristics of the singing heritage of Upper Egypt and the Red Sea?
So Upper Egypt music really is very rich music. What I discovered that it's the kind of music that we have in southern side of Egypt, that if you can play with those different frames, like you can play in jazz, you can play in blues, and can accept also absorb the rock music. You know, it's become one side. And then after I did this exercises, I arrived to have a conclusion that Upper Egypt is a style itself, even that I use Western music, but I find that it has its characteristic music and its characteristic instruments. But also for the new generation, for the young generation, because the message of Gemeza band, I was concerning since I start to make the new generation to listen their history and their heritage. So I start to talk with them with the language that they understand, the musical language. So I start to use the frames like jazz, blues, and metal also. I have also rock music, and all the kind of the frame. This what I call talking is frames. They can fit the Upper Egyptian music. That means it's a rich music.
Perfect, sir. Sir, you work on workshops of the band to train the youth of the Red Sea and Hurghada on singing and musical arrangement of the Red Sea heritage. How do you do this?
I usually I built about 8 groups or 8 bands, because I was concerning to the generation, the young. I was not singing before, I was not composing before. I was just start as a poet. And what happened with the experience, after 8 groups, they took the message and they start to build their independent bands. But with the days, because I start 2003, I found myself alone. And I said to myself, what I have to do now? Before I have money to finance. But after no tourism, after no work, after the instability, they left me. I was alone. So in this period, I start to teach myself music. So I start to learn music about around 35 years. When I arrived to 35, no, I will not lie, I say 40. And now I am 50, so...
It's never too late.
It's never too late. I start to learn music. I studied all the jazz and blues, and I start to teach myself the guitar, and now become professional to teach all people to play guitar. So I have my new theory to teach music for all people. It's never too late. But I invent because I suffered to learn. My finger was not fitting and was not easy to train myself, till I discovered after a lot of practice that I can learn from this side. So it was a new invention. Now usually I will give you, we have to study this, Do major. And this is very hard for all people to play. But if you play Mi minor, that's very easy. So I start by this. This is very easy for a beginner. So I start from this part of the guitar, and then I start to learn all of the guitar. So this is a new theory to teach all people, and this comes by the experience and the hard situation that I passed. When you feel you find yourself alone, and loyalty in this field, it's not easy, because I teach them to be independent, and I was the first one that I paid this price.